What's up? Yeah, let's do a tour. It's about time. It's been actually a few months since I've done a tour of this place, and I think it's a good idea to just discuss some of the changes that I've made, some of which are just to make things plain efficient, others are just for fun. So if you're a person who has a wood shop and you want to improve it, maybe there's something to learn here, and I'm absolutely sure that I have something to learn from you guys, so I'd love to hear in the comments below what you think, and if you have any thoughts. Aside from that, check out Woodcarving Illustrated, since they are the sponsors of today's video. They are a fantastic resource for all things carving, from instructional step-by-step articles to dust collection to sharpening to wood choices and to great bios about individual carvers, great carvers. A lot of great stuff there. Use the code CARVER, C-A-R-V-E-R, to get a free instructional handout with stuff from myself, Catherine Overcash, and others. And all you have to do, follow the link below. And then there's another link below that which will get you to the instructional stuff. Add both things to your shopping cart, use the code, and you're on your way. Let's get into this video. Okay, first thing I wanted to talk about is the workbench and some of the setups I've got going on the wall. So let's start from the top and move our way down. So you can see I've got some shelves up here. The top shelf is a finished carving shelf. This lower shelf is works in progress. I don't know if you can see the difference between the two, but there's a whole lot more on the unfinished shelf. And that's just kind of the way things are right now. But regardless, I've got these magnet strips all over the wall. I used to have a ton of these whiteboards everywhere, and I got rid of them because frankly I didn't need to have that many open spaces to write things. I was obsessed with them. This is way more useful now. I've got the ability to see many of the tools that I had stowed away in bins and boxes and bags before. So I'm a real advocate of having things out in the open. It might look more cluttered, but at least I can tell where things are, and that's huge when you have a little bit of an issue with object permanence, which means the ability to find stuff when you don't remember that you own it. Okay, so beyond that, I've got these really nice cabinets. These are kitchen cabinets, and a friend of mine was getting rid of them because they overbought, and they had them for sale, and I picked them up for a really good price, and so thanks to Joel Tabor for that. But I've got sharpening stuff by the sharpening station, which is what this area is, and for that I've got a wet dry grinder from Harbor Freight, and whew, that light. I've got this Worksharp 2000 rather. This is a really nice unit with a leather strap on there, and also some additional attachments, sandpaper and all that stuff. I love using this. Sometimes I pull out my Ken Onion sharpener. It's a pretty good unit. I like it, but really all the power tools stay in these cabinets here. These are old file cabinets, metal file cabinets. Under here I've got screws. I mean, there's a whole bunch of other things I've got organized. Wood finish is all in one spot now, which is great because before it was like strewn about on the ground and in different spots wherever I could fit it. So having this cabinet here has been a huge improvement in the organization of the place. And it just, yeah, I mean, it looks way neater too, having this there. So those are some of the things I've been playing with on this wall. I've also got some more cabinet space over here. Yeah, so on this space, well, we'll go over there. All right, so over here I've got some great storage space, and again, this is another extension of those cabinets. I keep some paper towels up here, camera overloads. This is where I keep my cameras. Glues. Okay, so I just recently, I just recently came to figure out that it saves a lot of money to buy the glue in large gallons. So I bought the Type Bond 3, and I put it in something, it's called a glue bot. And the glue bot is cool because it holds glue, it doesn't dry up, and it has a nice silicone rubber cap on it, which I think is a huge improvement from some of the glue bottles that I've been destroying for the past 15 years. So that's a nice thing to have. And then I've got my super glues, accelerators, and all that stuff. Okay, short people problems. Anyway, down here I've got like cables and office supplies, mostly camera gear down below in the lower shelves. I've got my air compressor, cable extension cord, and air hose management over here. I don't use this thing, but it's a diffuser for the witch oils that we have. And so that pretty much completes this side. Oh, one more fun thing. I made a little holder for my broom so that the broom wasn't always in random spots and I couldn't find it. It's just a piece of wood with a wood channel, or with a channel cut in it, so I can slide, which, by the way, these brooms rock. I love having the ability to just set it on the ground and brush in without having to bend over and pick up the what is it called? The pan. Anyway, there's that. Okay, a couple of quick things up top is a vacuum. I put a vacuum up there, and I don't know if you can see it, but I've got a, well, that makes it even harder to see. There we go. I've got a hose that I've attached up top so that I can undo it, and that's my central vac. It's not the fanciest way of doing things, but it works, and I've got it on a switch so that if I want to turn it on, all I've got to do is grab my little controller and hit, oh, wrong one, here it is. And that other one's my dust collection, so that turns that on. And it's just a lot nicer to have it on a controller than Bluetooth because I'm constantly checking my phone as it is. I don't need more excuses to check my phone, and so having the no-nonsense controller is way better. All right, so real quickly, this is my packing area. I've got rolls of packing material here. This is that expandable stuff where you pull on it and it magically turns into this waffle padding. Quite cool. You know, all the necessary junk, you know, paint and gloves and protection and all that stuff. And then in here, I've got more wrapping materials. I actually kept my charging batteries. I keep my charging batteries in here, and I like having them closed away so I don't have to look at all that stuff. And you know, mailers and all the stuff that go along, stickers with packing my carvings to, you know, when I sell stuff. So there's that. All right, I've got my 2 workbenches here. These are my workstations. They're 2x6s glued to 2x4s stacked, I don't know, about 1.5 feet apart from one another. And I like having 2 so I can keep big projects, small projects going at once. And tools are organized on magnet strips covered with thin pieces of wood so you don't get loud noises when you clack them on there. And I tend to keep them organized. You know, Sam did the organization this last bout, so things are moved around a bit, but you know, knives and skews and gouges and so on and so forth. Somewhat organized by size, and it's really nice to have that. So again, you remember where you're keeping things. You know, a lot of times I forget if I have a tool even because it's not out. Okay, just a few more fun things really quick. That's kind of more nerdy stuff, but I've got all of my lights now mounted to these stands that move up and down. I can articulate them, lower them, angle them, turn them any which way. And that's what I've got this one on here. You can see that it's all the way over here, and that's mounted to the wall. Sorry for this strange thing, and then lighting as far as my workbench goes, you can see here I've got this nice warm light, but I can change the color temperature because I'm actually using these video lights, and I've got them mounted. I just rigged it up so that my cheese, cheese plate is screwed to the armature here, and then this moves around. I can change the temperature and brightness and all that. It's a really nice light, filtered, and a nice light for carving. Okay, I mean, gosh, I could go on and on, guys. I could talk about all the nerdy things in here, you know, all the things I've mounted up into the ceilings and lights and all kinds of junk, but that's the gist of it, and I appreciate you guys watching. Check out the online school. I've got an online school for carving if you want to learn faces, if you want to learn how to carve portraits, kind of like the ones that are here. And in addition to that, check out Woodcarving Illustrated. It's an awesome resource, and it's a great place to get instructional material, all kinds of info. So that said, well, it looks like I'm in the dark. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take your vitamins.